So I kind of want to talk about it. I think we need to. It's the AEW problem, right? What is the problem right now where we stand? Because if you were to go on Twitter right as we speak, Twitter would tell you that AEW is in a horrible decline. And to that I'd say maybe, right? Because we gotta kind of look at the facts here. And to look at the facts, we got to take a step back to when they first came about back in 2019. Obviously, they were doing all the press conferences. Then they had the Double or Nothing show up until they debuted on TNT in 2019. So when AEW debuted, it was the big thing. It was the new toy that everybody got to play with, and it was fun. You know what I mean? But now, taking a look at it, I just don't think it holds that same fun anymore. And honestly, the question is why, right? So the why is that after you have something for so long, right? You have it and you want to mess with it, you want to do all these things, but at some point you get tired of it, right? That's just the fact. It does. It's like a video game that you've played for 2 years. Well, now I'm done with it, right? Now I don't want to play with it anymore. I'm done. I could throw it away. So what has happened is AEW has finally come out of that honeymoon phase, is what we'll call it. It's come out of the honeymoon phase to where it's no longer that toy that everybody wants to play with, and now it's a competitor. Now it's up face-to-face with the WWE, and the argument will be, oh, well, Triple H is running the WWE now, and that's like the new toy that everybody wants to play with, which I'll say is true. See, the thing about these wrestling companies is at one point they're all going to get stale. But it's what you do during that time where it's stale, how you can get it back to that original hype. Now, is it going to be hard because of the CM Punk thing and CM Punk going to the WWE? Yes, I think that does play a major part. And everybody who says that CM Punk is not a draw, I'm sorry, that's wrong. He is a draw. In fact, he's so much of a draw that he sold $600,000 or $500,000 in merchandise with the WWE on his first 24 hours, or in his first 24 hours. So those are things that we have to look at. But back to AEW. The problem is they're in this stale moment, and I think right now it's December 22nd, so I forget what day it was, but this past Wednesday, they drew the second lowest viewership since NXT moved to Tuesdays, and I think the viewership was like 728,000. One thing I'm going to say as wrestling fans is we need to stop looking at viewership, right? Because Hulu and streaming and all of those things exist now. So overnight viewers isn't always going to be the exact like first week viewers, right? Because just because they only got 728K on that first 24 hours doesn't mean that they'll not get them the next day. Those are just things that we have to take into account that I don't think people really do. So moving on to like where we stand right now with AEW. It's such a weird time, right? Because a lot of big names, to be exact, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, have left the company, but they still hold a great roster, right? Bryan Danielson, Swerve Strickland, MJF, Samoa Joe, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong. Those are just some of the names. I can keep the list going if you'd want me to. Jack Perry. There are numerous names that hold some kind of value. I'm not going to say all the value, but they hold value. So, going and thinking about that, it's like, all right, so you have this stacked roster. Well, what can you do with them? My personal opinion is that you can now... They're doing kind of what I thought in my head that they should do, which is kind of like a G1 Climax style with the Continental Classic. I think that right there is a very cool structure. I think it offers a lot. But I don't think that's going to fix the problem. I think that just solves a tiny amount of the problem because you can't keep the Continental Classic going all year round. You need to start developing stories, which is something that they are going to have to do. They're going to have to start figuring out how they're going to do good storytelling. I know this past Wednesday on Dynamite, they ended up saying that the Devil, who is chasing MJF right now, wanted the Ring of Honor tag team titles. I think we need to separate Ring of Honor from AEW, which I've been saying. I know Tony Khan right now, he's like, oh, well, I can't listen to the fans and I got to go with my gut. No, there are some things that, like, I would say maybe listen to the fans, because Ring of Honor being all over AEW television, not good. Not good. Make AEW one, make Ring of Honor another. Stop trying to merge the two. It makes no sense. We do not need it. I promise. But looking on and thinking about all of those things, you're like, okay, like, how can we fix this problem? And I think it just starts with the storytelling. You need to revert back to good storytelling. And I will forever say that Tony Khan needs to put some other people in his ear to help him create good stories. You have a brain like Bryan Danielson who could help you create these good stories. And then you got Pat Buck behind the scenes. Like, there are a lot of good names to start creating good storylines. So make good TV. I know the interaction with Swerve Strickland and MJF was good, but that's just one thing that we can pinpoint. It is. It's just one tiny, minute little thing that we could look at and be like, oh, yeah, this is great. There are just some things that need to change, and I think that's one of them with AEW. It's just the truth. I genuinely think that AEW needs to get it together. I'm hoping that they do, because the hope is that we can build it to where, in a world where TNA can live, AEW can live, and the WWE can live. All three of them should be able to live in the same space, watch your wrestling, enjoy your wrestling. That's not even including New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm just talking about here in America. Enjoy your wrestling. Like it for what you like it as. Don't justify your opinion on what a content creator says. No, watch it for yourself and genuinely try to enjoy the wrestling for what it is. That's just what I'm going to say about it. But let's have a discussion down in the comments section below. If you guys are new here, definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you guys want to become a member, you can become a part of the member program down in the link in the description below. Also, I have a Discord that you guys can join down in the description below. On top of that, follow me on Twitter. It is at BillyDTKO. I just started TikTok, too, and try this TikTok thing out, which is just BillyTKO. And then also, one cool thing that I've done is I've released some merchandise that I'm going to link down in the description below. It's through Bonfire. So, truth be told, this is strictly for you guys. I think on a hoodie, the logo looks sweet. So, if you guys want to go cop some merchandise and check it out for yourselves, I do believe it is some sweet merchandise, man. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I do appreciate you guys' time. Let's again have a discussion down in the comments section below. Let's talk about this AEW problem and how possibly that could fix it. Other than that, I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace.